our life's adventure on the screen. Guys, gentlemen, would you like a secret about women? She's like, don't tell. Here it is. Gentlemen, if you'd like to impress a woman, remember this name. Remember this name. Helen of Troy. Helen of Troy. Why? Because two countries, the most powerful countries in the world at the time, went to battle for her. No, I'm not saying go take over Canada. I'm not saying go get in a fight. I'm saying give her that level of respect and determination, the idea that you'll do anything for her, and then you'll be okay with the ladies. And girls, if he doesn't make you feel that important, you drop him like a 2-week-old dirty diaper, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I won't do that again. I just saw how I looked on the screen there. Sorry about that, dude. You see, it's written into the souls of men and women both that life is supposed to be an adventure. So I've created the Climb On Success Formula. I'm going to teach it to you guys right now. The first part of it, I just want you to whisper. It's this. Pick a summit. Whisper it with me on 3. Pick a summit. 1, 2, 3. Pick a summit. So the first thing that I do when I go out rock climbing is I see the mountain range in front of me. I pick one peak, one summit to get to the top of, and I make that my goal for the day. It sounds basic, but it's profound because so few people in the world have any idea where they're going, how they're going to get there, or what their plan is to make it happen. To show you guys this, I want everybody to take both of your palms, both your hands, hold up both your palms so I can see them. Hold them up real high. Perfect. Now, did you guys know that one of your hands is longer than the other one? It's true. Watch this. Underneath each one of your palms, you have a line that goes straight across your hand. Everybody nod your head yes if you see that line. Good. Now take both those lines, line them up perfectly so they make a fan shape just like this. And everybody hold up that fan shape real high so I can see it. Perfect. Good. Now take those two hands, roll them together, stretch them out, and you're going to see that one of your hands is just barely longer than the other one. Kind of weird. Now do this. Everybody, show me the shorter of your two hands. We're going to give this hand a goal. We're going to make this hand grow. Everybody do this. Look at your hand square in the eye. Look at your hand. Say this at your hand. Hand. Say it like you mean it. Hand. Get bigger. You are now huge. You are gigantic. You are bigger than my other hand. I can feel you enormous. You gargantuan hand, you. Now do this. Everybody line those two lines up again. Roll those hands together and look at how that hand grew. Isn't that weird? Now, this does not work for any other body parts. I'm just gonna... Oh, you guys are sick. I'm talking about like feet or arms. Everybody please clap once. Clap twice. What you just did was give your hand a very simple goal. You said, I'm going to make my hand get bigger. But it works for so much more than just silly little tricks like that. The first time that I learned the power of picking a summit was my very first day of college. My professor walks in. He's got his briefcase. Kind of a timid guy. Sets it down. He says, class, your assignment for the next week is to write out 100 goals for your life. It's like, what, 100 goals? He says, if you do not do this assignment, you will flunk my class. Guess I have to do it. So I was just a little punk kid, and I pull out the notepad and pen, and I was just like, number 1, finish this assignment. Number 2, get to number 3. But the more I started goofing off with it, the more I realized I couldn't fudge the whole assignment. So I started putting down real goals for myself and for my life. I wrote down goals like graduate from college with honors, write a book by the time I turn 20, visit every continent on the planet, in fact, climb to the tallest mountain, the tallest peak of every continent on the planet, become fluent in Spanish and in Mandarin Chinese, snowboard through a flock of penguins in Antarctica. I wrote down goals like ride elephants in Thailand, wrestle a giant carp in Cambodia, give away $1 million to charity over the course of my lifetime. I wrote down the people I wanted to meet, the places I wanted to go, the things that I wanted to do. To date, I've finished 40 of them, and I can guarantee you that by the day I die, I'll have all 100 of them crossed off the list. Thank you. And you know, that feels really cool if you guys applaud for that. What's even cooler and truly deserves the applause is if you do the same thing for yourself. If you write down your own list of 25, 50, 100 goals, summits for your life, and you make your entire objective in your life about achieving those things, that's how to become anything but ordinary. Would you guys do that? Say, oh yeah! Oh yeah! And when you do this, can we get some house lights on, by the way, back there, guys? When you do this, does anybody here know how to make a flea circus? What? A flea circus. Here's how you do it. A little flea, a little bug that's no bigger than a button on your cell phone can jump off the ground 25 to 30 feet straight up into the air. So that's like a little bug jumping off the floor here, jumping up and hitting the ceiling. So to make a flea circus, you take a whole bunch of these bugs, put them in a jar. Take a piece of cardboard, cover the jar. Well, now these dumb, idiot, moron fleas are like at the bottom of this jar, and they jump up with that 20 or 30 foot force jump, slam their heads into the ceiling, and they fall back down. So they do it again. Bottom of the jar, leap up, slam their heads in the cardboard, and they fall back down. They keep doing this over and over and over again until sooner or later the flea starts to associate or connect pain with jumping high. So you take these fleas, dump them out of the jar. For the rest of their lives, those fleas will only jump however high that piece of cardboard was set. And before you look at the flea and you're like, stupid flea. Think about how it applies to you and I. Because do you remember when you were a kid and anything was possible? It's like one day you're going to be a firefighter, the next day you're going to be this incredible football star, the day after that you're going to have this amazing family, then you're going to be a NASA space astronaut and you're going to fly to the moon. You remember how fun that time was? I don't know about you, but I don't think that we dream like that anymore. Because somewhere along the course of our lives, somebody told us, no, you're not good enough, you're not from the right race or background or religion, your family doesn't have enough money, whatever the case may be, and we stopped dreaming like we did when we were kids. My challenge to you is when you come up with these 25, these 50, 100 goals for your life, pretend like nobody has ever told you no. That's the first part of the Climb On Success formula. Pick a summit. The second part, I want you guys to yell out as loud as you possibly can. It's this. Gear up. Say it so that cars driving down the street are like, whoa, what the heck was that? Okay? It's gear up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice, sweet energy. So the next thing that I do after I pick the mountain I'm going up, I make a plan in order to get up that actual climb. And it's the form of my harness. So I take different pieces of equipment and put them on my harness. In order to show you guys what I mean by this, I need everybody to stand up right where you're at. Once you've stood up, everybody take both hands, put both hands above you. Stretch out, go up on your tippy toes and say, ooh, that feels good. Go down off your tippy toes, take your left hand, put your left hand down, take your right hand, point your right hand straight forward just like this. Now do not do it yet. Wait till I say go. What you're going to do with that right hand is spin around, keep your feet totally planted, spin around in a circle to your right. Miss your neighbor's head. Continue to spin around and get a visual spot on the wall of what the furthest point around is you can possibly spin to. Okay, so you're just going to get that visual spot. Here we go, everybody point that hand straight forward, spin to the right, miss your neighbor's head, get that visual spot of the furthest around point you can possibly spin to. Now do this, everybody come back to me, come back to me, come back to me. Take that right hand, point your right hand down towards the floor. Everybody please close your eyes. Now do not do it, do not physically do it, but imagine yourself spinning around in that circle. Only this time, you feel all loose, you're limber, you're stretched out. You smack your neighbor in the jaw, no just kidding. Miss your neighbor's head, you continue spinning around, only this time because of how loose and limber you feel, you get to that same spot. You go 6 inches past it, a foot past that spot, a foot and a half right past that spot because of how loose and limber and stretched out you feel. Everybody see that spot? Say yes. Everybody open your eyes. Lift that right arm up just like you did before. Spin around in that circle and look at how much further you can go this time because you made that plan. Isn't that weird? Once you've done that, give yourselves a round of applause and take a seat. Now, making a plan is simple. All you have to do is figure out where you are right now and figure out where you want to end up and then fill in the pieces. And once those pieces are filled in, you've got your plan laid out right in front of you. Now, think about this. If you know where you're going, you know what your plan is to get there, what's left? Yeah, go do it. Take action on your dreams. That's where the real juice of life is when you take action. And I was once struck by lightning on a mountain called Mount Columbia in Colorado. Would you guys like to hear that story? Say, oh yeah. Here's how it went. We're going to take this whole audience right now and we're going to transform it. So no longer are you guys going to be in an audience in this, the convention center here. We're going to be on top of a mountain called Mount Columbia in Colorado. And it's a 14,000 plus foot peak. So all you guys at the front there, you guys are going to be the base of the mountain. Everybody in the back, how you guys doing in the back? Cool. You guys are going to be at the top of a mountain. I'm with a student of mine, and his name is Jason. And Jason has a case of what's called altitude sickness. In case you don't know, altitude sickness is when your brain doesn't get enough oxygen. So it starts to swell up. Well, the problem when your brain swells up is that you have a skull in the way. It starts to roll some funky into your brain. Well, Jason has a mild case of it, and all he's doing is just walking back and forth in the moment. He's like, that's it. Like, Jason, you gotta walk. He's like, that's all. Lightning strikes. I start counting the seconds to see how far away the lightning is. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. It's about half a mile away. To give you an idea of what altitude sickness does, my friend Tyson had a case of it, and he hallucinated. He saw a school bus full of monsters driving vertically up. And it messes with your head. Say there's a cliff right here. There's been famous climbers that say they're climbing buddies. Hey guys, look, there's a rainbow bridge that takes us all the way down to the ground. And they just walk off the cliff. Lightning strikes again. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Even bigger. It's coming in fast. I'm like, Jason, you gotta walk. He's like, you please move, go, do whatever you have to. Lightning strikes again. 1 1,000. The biggest one yet. It's coming in fast. So I do what any good instructor would do, and I kick Jason. And now Jason's like, I'm like, sweet, at least he's going. I get Jason 100, 200 feet in front of me. I'm running after him. I'm like, go, Jason, go, dude, you gotta move. And Jason's like, like, sweet, at least he's going. Then the only way I can describe it is these purple bubbles started popping everywhere, huge, like Rice Krispies on heroin, going nuts all over the place. I'm in the middle of a step on my right foot. Lightning goes into the ground about 20 feet away from me, through the ground, into my rubber boot, into my leg, instantly sears all the hair right off my leg, knocks me off onto my other foot. Well, I'm still just thinking about getting to Jason, so now I'm like, go, Jason, go, dude! You gotta move, man, hurry, move! I catch up to Jason, I'm like, Jason, you all ready to get hit by lightning? And he's like, I go, okay, tell me what happened. He's like, well, you were like, and I was like, He goes, and then all of a sudden, the hair on my arm sort of stood up. I'm like, that's it, your hair stood up? See, all he got was a static electricity charge. Just like if you took a balloon, rubbed it on your head. Me, I got my whole leg fried. Because I didn't stick to one thing. And that's a time requirement. It wasn't just Jason and I. There was about 12 other people trying to get to the top of a mountain. And I told the whole group, I don't care where you are, but if at noon you're not on top of the mountain, we're turning around and we're going back. Well, noon comes and it's only Jason and I on top of the mountain. I look up, it's blue skies. No problem. Let's wait for the rest of the group to get up. Because we did that, we spent another hour, hour and a half up at high altitude, which is where Jason got the altitude sickness. It was completely my fault. So I started asking myself, how can I be sure that something like that never happens again? And I came up with this formula that I'm going to pass on to you right now. It's this. Drive plus skills plus time equals success. If you want something bad enough, you give yourself the right skill set to make sure that you get it, and then you give yourself a deadline, a time requirement of when you will reach that goal, you'll get it. Now we need to shift gears right now because there's some people in the audience that need to be thanked. And there's 3 groups of people. Let me tell you who they are first, then we're going to give them the craziest, wildest standing ovation you've ever given in your life. The first group of people is all the state officers and Ryan Hamilton. The second group of people is the whole Tri leadership team for putting this whole event on together. And the third person is the adult or the advisor that brought you here. So give them the craziest, wildest standing ovation you've ever given in your life. Go, 1, 2, 3, yeah! Nice, that's awesome, good energy. Now, I need to also ask you guys a question. How many of you guys, raise your hands, feel like you gained something good out of this little session right here, or you're reminded of something you needed to hear? If that's true, put up your hands. Awesome, that's everybody here. Give yourselves a round of applause then for being a good audience. That's cool. Before I tell my last story, I read this book I wrote. It's called Climb On, Success Strategies for Teens, and it's a guide of how you can be successful in your life as a teenager, and it's written about a girl who learns to rock climb in Las Vegas. Would anybody like a free copy of this book? Whoever can show me they're most excited to get this free copy will get this free copy. Now look, my whole talk was about getting up and taking action. That's exactly what these 2 guys did. Give them a round of applause. Would anybody else like a free copy? I'll chuck this one. Careful over there, guys. Would anybody else like a copy? That's awesome. If you like, I'll be selling them over there for $10 a piece. Now listen, if you like a book, they retail for $14.95. I will sell them over there for $10 a piece. Is that a deal or is that a deal? I didn't quite get enough of that's a deal, so here's what I'm going to do. If you guys team up with 2 other people, or if you're an advisor and you want to get some for your students, I'll give you guys 3 of them for $20. That's like just under $7 for each book. Is that a deal or is that a deal? That is a deal. Then listen, I'll be right over there and I'll be happy to take pictures or sign anything you guys want me to sign as well. Last story, guys, and we're done. I didn't finish that story from the very beginning when I'm hanging there, convinced I'm about to die. Now there's a move in the climbing world called a dyno. And in case you don't know, a dyno is when you literally throw yourself up off the cliff, fly through the air, and using whatever you can, you grab on. It's extremely dangerous, but it's a good way to get an extra 2 or 3 feet. And I knew that's what I needed to do. So I started counting down. 3, life or death decision for 2 people. 2, hope this works out. 1. And with every bit of force and effort I could muster up, I launched myself up off the cliff. I'm flying through the air like in slow motion. Take my hand, stick it on the rock like the jaws of a Burmese tiger. Take a clip off my harness, send it through the bolt, take my rope right through the clip. And I was safe. I made it. Anything but ordinary. And you guys can do the same thing. If you pick a summit, gear up, and climb on. Thanks a lot, everybody. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.